danger gets me high.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Red Baron. In today's video I'll continue the topic question of Fencing Explained. Now before we start, I do want to let you know this is the second video of the Fencing Explained series, so if you haven't watched the first one, I advise you to do so now. I've put the link in the description below. Now let's continue. Last video I covered the basics of the three types of modern day fencing swords: foils, epées and sabers. So today I thought I might break down the uniform components and why each piece has its own purpose. A fencer is equipped with the following items for safety but also for ease of movement and flexibility. The first item is the socks. Although they can be usually optional in club bouts, fencing competitions require all parts of your gear to make it safe and fair. The socks are required to be knee length. Next is the breeches. You've probably seen them before. They're tight, form-fitting trousers that were very trendy in the 18th century, later replaced with the trousers. If you want to know more about the origin of fencing and its swords and uniform, then I highly recommend watching the History of Fencing Parts 1 and 2. Anyway, breeches maximize movement around the legs, and this is essential for lunging as well as protection. Pants would be too constrictive and shorts too dangerous. So that's the reason why we still use breeches to this day. Also, fun fact, equestrian jockeys wear breeches for both protection and movement. Just imagine fencing on horseback, how fun would that be? It's optional but highly recommended is fencing shoes, which are low to the ground providing balance with padded sides, usually of leather, to prevent wear from the large movements up and down the fencing piste, which is the fencing playing area. The chest protector. This can be made of foam or plastic. This is used to stop bruising or on the rare occasion to be the final layer of protection on the chest in case the tip of the blade penetrates. However, this is very rare in modern times. Plastron. A light piece of underarm clothing which looks like an ordinary t-shirt just cut in half, which comes in left or right-handed options. The reason for this is extra protection for your sword arm, which is one of the most common areas to get hit, for it being stretched out towards the opponent. Fun fact, the protective underside of a turtle or tortoise is called a plastron, but don't worry, it's an unlucky chance to see a fencer wearing a tortoise. After the plastron is fitted, a large jacket is worn, which protects you from your neck to your wrists and down to your crotch. The jacket is usually as thick as the breeches. Most of the opponent's attacks will land on the jacket, so it has to be tough. Once the jacket is worn, the glove is slipped on. If you've always wondered why a fencer never wears two gloves, well, simply, fencers only hold their sword in a prominent arm, so there'll be no point in having a glove for each hand, unless for extra protection. The glove is usually made of hard cloth, due to the constant friction with the sword rubbing on the glove. After every piece is fitted, the last piece is only worn when the fencer's bout begins. The fencers salute with their swords and conceal their faces in the mask, which covers your front and sides. The reason it's not called a helmet is because the back is left exposed for flexibility and easy use. The mask is made of thick and heavy cloth, with the front being made of thin but strong metal mesh. It only applies to those who do electric fencing, which I'll cover more about in a future video. All the clothing is the same, but with the additions of electric wires, clips and another layer, called the lame. The lame is most commonly made out of polyester, overlain with a thin interwoven metal, usually steel or copper. This gives its metallic greyish look. I hope I haven't missed anything, but as you can see there is a ton of equipment needed, which can become a bit costly. But the end result of seeing you up in your new uniform is something special, and makes you feel very proud. I believe that is all, and until next time, remember, never let your guard down.